Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my Football Manager career with Notts County. It's been a while, I will admit that, and we've been struggling to find players to buy. The transfer deadline has passed. We are at the beginning of October. We currently sit 7th in the League One table with 15 points from 9 games, 4 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats. Scored 17, conceded 12. That is the main concern, is conceding 12. You can see there we have the highest in the top 9, or joint highest in the top 9 with Preston, who are just below us, but luckily we have scored 17 league goals. That is second highest in the league, only behind Sheffield Wednesday, who are top of the table. So I will go on and show you how we have got on in these fixtures. The last game I was with you for was the Cup game against Cardiff. After that game we played Swindon at home and got a 1-1 draw. This was a day before the transfer window, and Jamal Campbell-Rice opened the scoring on 12 minutes. We had 3 players booked, and Miles Storey rescued a point for Swindon after 72 minutes. Swindon had 3 shots, 3 on target. We had 13 shots, 7 on target. Man of the match was Campbell-Rice with a 7.9 rating. Following on from that game, we had a Johnson Paint Trophy game against Rotherham. We won the game 3-1 thanks to goals from Dean Leacock, Manny Smith and Shaquille Coulthurst. Once again, we had 13 shots, 7 on target. Rotherham had 5 shots, 1 on target. Their goal came from Thomas Suica on 62 minutes. Man of the match was once again Jamal Campbell-Rice with an 8.9 this time. Pretty convincing game, that one. After that, we then played Preston in the league and lost the game 3-2. This was a pretty tough game. All 5 goals came in the first half. Preston went 2-0 up thanks to a goal from Kevin Davies and one from Stephen Caldwell. We then got one back from the penalty spot from Jamal Campbell-Rice. Kevin Davies then went up the other end and made it 3-1, and a Stephen Caldwell own goal made it 3-2 at half time. See that 3 players were booked. We had 12 shots, 4 on target. Preston had 12 shots, 5 on target. Possession was pretty even. Man of the match was Kevin Davies with an 8.8 rating. Would have liked to have taken a point from that game, but we were lucky enough to bounce back with the home game we had against Bradford the following game in front of 5,353 fans. We had 13 shots, 8 on target. Bradford had 8 shots, 3 on target. Man of the match was Osman Sow with a 9.5. You see they got a hat-trick in the space of 28 minutes. He got his first goal in the 2nd minute, his second in the 11th, and his hat-trick came from the penalty spot in the 30th minute. James Hansen pulled one back for Bradford in the 89th minute, and as they pulled men forward and went to try and salvage the game in injury time, Danny Haynes hit them on the counter-attack, and we made it 4-1. We then had another home game. We played Rotherham again, this time in the league, and this was a card bonanza. We had 6 yellows and 1 red, and they had 2 yellows. 2 of our yellows did become a red when Mazika got sent off after the 43rd minute. First goal of the game was from Jamal Campbell-Rice after the 49th minute, and Chris Long equalised 2 minutes later. We had 9 shots, 3 on target. Rotherham had 5 shots, 2 on target, and they bossed possession. Obviously they did have a man advantage for just over half the game. Yeah, the referee liked to get his cards out in that game, and I got the feeling when there was 3 players booked after the first just over 30 minutes that something was not going to be right, and then I was quite fortunate we had no one else sent off. I was concerned we'd go down to 9 men and get someone else sent off in the second half, but luckily that didn't happen. And then following that 1-1 draw, we bounced back with a 3-0 home win against Crawley in front of 6,297 fans. Boucard, Sow and Leacock with the goals. We had 13 shots, 8 on target. Crawley had 9 shots, 4 on target. It was a good performance. Our keeper Balikowski got the man of the match with an 8.5 rating. It's good to see other people scoring. Obviously, we were at one point reliant on Marco Di Vaio to score, but he now hasn't scored in 5 games. But other players have scored. See, from top of the goal scoring charts, it is still Di Vaio with 6 from 11. So has 4 from 9. Campbell Rice has 3 in 10. Leacock has 2 in 10. Manny Smith has 2 in 9. And there are 3 players with 1 apiece: Coulthris, Haynes and Boucard. Leading the assist chart is Campbell Rice with 6. Boucard has 4. Sheehan has 3. Di Vaio has 2. And Doumbia and Leacock both have 1 apiece. Average rating is Jamal Campbell Rice with a 7.25. Then you have Boucard with a 7.21. Hayden Hollis has played 2 games, but he's got a 7.15. Then I have Di Vaio with a 7.01 and So with a 7.0. So we are looking pretty good. We are in the top half of the table, just outside the playoffs, and we have a game today against Carlisle. We are away from home for this one. Carlisle even are in 10th. They are 1 point behind us. But a win for us and other games going in our favour, we can go as high as 4th. So let's get on and get this match done. Carlisle looks to be playing a 4-4-2 formation. Team looks good with So and Di Vaio up front. Trying to rest heavily for this game on not conceding. That's one thing. I did have this as a 4-3-1-2, but I've changed it back to a 4-1-3-2 as I would prefer to not concede, and only if we seem to be scoring. I mean, we've got 17 in 9, so we're scoring just under 2 a game. But I need to try and get how many we concede down. And I'm hoping just having Gary Little or Fotheringham or Mazika in the CDM role will help us out, and will just give that bit of stability to the back line. But Carlisle should come out on top of this game against Notts County, but it'll be a tight affair. If I had to make a prediction, I'd stick my neck out and say 1-0. That's from Danny Morgan of Football 365. So let's get this game underway. The opposition instructions have already been sorted. We're going to ask our team to pick up where they left off, and we'll do the old passionate, I have faith in you, passionate, I have faith in you, and passionate, I have faith in you. There we go. Let's get this match underway. Hopefully we can. I mean, a point in this game would be great because we won't lose out on to teams below us, i.e. Carlisle, who are only that 1 point below us. They won't be able to leap ahead of us, and we won't lose that much ground on the teams above us. With the 2 Sheffield teams up there, Sheffield Wednesday are top and Sheffield United are second, as Doumbia has the ball. And is that going out for a corner? It has. So yeah, I don't think the way the 2 Sheffield teams are playing, automatic promotion for us may not be an issue, may not be a factor, but I think we can push for the playoffs at least. We are there or thereabouts. We just need to maintain it and pick up a few points where where people may not have us down to picking up points in certain games away from home. Well, at home we need to have a fortress. Well, we have Carlisle with the ball with Noble now. I think that's David Amu, and he's fouled by Sheehan. And looks like we have Campbell Rice with an injury on the right hand side. I'm hoping he can shake it off, as I'd like to keep him on. We'll apply that advice about Liam Noble. It's Little now to Boucard, forward to So looking to find Di Vaio in space. Di Vaio back to Little out wide to Doumbia. Doumbia plays a long ball forward, no one on the end of it. That was a poor ball from Di Vaio. From Doumbia. That should never have happened. It's given the ball to Carlisle. Carlisle with the ball forward. That's gone to Smith. Smith now down the left finds So. Can he keep it in? He can. Can he get a cross in? And that looked like an own goal. I couldn't tell if that was actually, gone down as a ball drawn goal. I didn't think that got through to Di Vaio. So 1-0 lead. Fortunate with that goal, but to be fair, if the defender didn't get a touch on it, Di Vaio looked to be open and free. So I'm happy with that. Right, so it's a throw in to Carlisle here, 30th minute. And it's with Livesey. Has a shot that hits the bar, and looks like Miller has put it in, but he's offside. The goal won't count. absolutely fantastic. So it's a free kick which gets quickly taken. 32 minutes, here we go. Birch with a goal kick for Carlisle. Gets knocked forward. It's Amu with the ball past Sheehan. Amu in the box, has a shot, and that is now 1-1. David Amu with his first goal of the season. And it would have to come against us. Okay, so let's see if we can make it through to half time. If we can, then I think it's going to have to be a case of taking Jamal Campbell-Rice off. He's down, what's he on? He's on 81% fitness. Let's actually see if he can do anything, if he can stay on the pitch for a little bit longer. It would be nice. Right, so it's Leacock to Dunbar, to Campbell-Rice down the right, and that's the opening kick-off, no highlight there. David Amu will apply that advice. We'll give it another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll look to make a couple of changes. Maybe take one of the strikers off, depending how they're looking on fitness. Let's have a look. Right, so we've got 20 minutes to go. How can we sort this out? Well, both my wingers have been taken a knock. So let's get Tempest on the left. Richardson can't really play on the right, but we'll have him there anyway. And DeVio is only having a 6.3 rating, so let's take him off and put Danny Haynes on. Hopefully that will just give the team a bit of a G up in midfield. Defence seems to be okay, but if we can just, rather than staying for this 0-0, this is 1-0 draw, sorry, if we can push forward. They do, obviously, I am a firm believer that attack is the best form of defence. Put the other team on the back foot, and then you do have a chance of nicking a goal. But we have Balakowski with a long ball. Haynes through on goal. Haynes has a shot, and we look to have stolen the points. Haynes with his second goal of the season. A long ball forward, latched onto the end of it. Carlisle defence struggling. Haynes blasted it past the keeper. Balakowski now with another long forward. Potts flicks the ball on, and that's it. Referee blows for full time. Take the game 2-1. Congratulate the team on a well-deserved win. So, yeah, Bartosz Balakowski with the assist. So it went straight through. No one else got a touch on it. And that win moves us up one place to 6th in the table, which is all good. We now have a 4-point gap between 6th and 10th. A 2-point gap between 9th and 10th as well. Pretty good, pretty impressed with that win. Game coming up in a couple of days' time against Hartlepool in the Johnson's Paint Trophy. Quickly see if there's any news. Brentford sack Reed. Blackpool sack McDermott. We grab a late victory. And Campbell-Rice out for 4 to 5 weeks, so we could potentially look to do with bringing in a right midfielder on loan for a little while, as we have no one really. Best position. No, we have no one else that can play on the right realistically. Attacking mid, Bell potentially could play there. He's not injured, so we could have Bell on the right and Muyo on the left. That would work. One thing I will show you guys, I will have I'll show you. There was transfer history. See there was no. Our last player we brought in was James Stinson, who was brought in the last in the last video. We haven't brought in any new players, but we have had a couple leave. Hayden Hollis has gone on loan to Kidderminster, and Ruben Lameras has gone on loan to Mansfield. They have had their loan deals extended till roughly around Christmas time, I believe. So we do have those players we can call back. We still have £3,000 available on the wages. So if we want to bring anyone in on the wage budget, we still have 3,000 available. We've got 16,000 in transfer budget, so that will help us out in terms of signing on fees or anything like that. We have kit sponsorship deals that run out at the end of this current season, which is all good. We have no loans outstanding. And you can see down the bottom here, this month we're making a loss of 25,000, but that was only our first game. We were away from home for it. Last month we made a loss of 184,000, but our bank balance is staying at 1.5 million, so that is pretty healthy. We have a look at the projection. End of this season we are going to be in profit by 246,000. Next season we're going to be making a loss of 825,000, but that won't take into account things like what division we're in. If we get promoted this season, which would be nice, obviously the higher gate receipts for the championship clubs, more prize money. You go into competitions later, obviously you don't have the Johnson's Paint Trophy, but you get into the Capital One Cup. I think you're getting there a round later. FA Cup, you go in a little bit later as well, I believe. So projection isn't looking good long term, but a lot of that will depend on prize money and who we can sell. One other thing to show you guys as well is where has he gone? Gary Liddell now no longer wants to leave. He asked to stay at the club. I did offer him around for roughly around his asking price. His asking price is 550,000. I offered him for 600,000. No one came in with any offers, and I don't know if the game now takes into consideration the fact that you have offered players, and that then if the player sees that no one's come in for him, he changes his mind. But no one came in for him, so he changed his mind, and he wanted to stay. So he's now with us. He's with us till the end of the 2016-2017 season, so we have him signed up for a few years, and that's all good. But guys, I will leave it there, and I will catch you all in the next episode, where we will, what shall I make it? I'll make it the Shrewsbury, barring any postponements for international games, I'll make it the Shrewsbury game at the beginning of November. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you could leave a like, that'd be brilliant, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.